to Mike. The waitresses here keep getting prettier every time.
I'll bet you say that to all of us.
I do, but it's still true. Thank you.
Having a nice day, you sick freak? You are a pig, a selfish, abusive piece of trash.
Oh, Sam, I didn't hurt your sister.
Are you? Oh, it makes me sick to hear you lie.
Look, Jason, will you tell her
do
that
not let him play you. Tell him you believe Chrissy.
When you say Sonny abused your sister, what do you mean?
That he was cold to her, rude, dismissive, treated her like she was nothing. And it only got worse as the marriage went on.
And what do you mean by worse?
Well, he told her constantly to her face that she was nothing but property. That their marriage was part of a business deal, and the only reason they stayed married was so he could stay head of the organization.
Why didn't she leave?
Because she wanted a family. And it didn't matter to her if she was living with a man who called her a whore, looked down on her and treated her that way and used her for sex.
Objection, hearsay.
I'll allow, given the circumstances.
Claudia wanted to make Sonny happy. I told her all the time that it was impossible, but she insisted. She was so glad when she finally got pregnant. She thought that it would turn the marriage around. That he'd finally start being nice to her, but he didn't. The abuse only got worse from there. He was always calling her names. Swore the baby wasn't his. Accused her of having an affair with his brother. She couldn't win. If she shut him out, then he'd get mad at her. And if she was nice to him, then he'd sleep with her and turn around and call her a whore. Sonny insisted that Claudia get a paternity test. That's why she was in the car that night. She was on her way home with the paternity results. She got into a wreck and I'm sorry. The baby died. And it was his. Of course. And he said it was a blessing that the baby died.
It wasn't like that at all.
Claudia loved that baby with all her heart, and you were glad it was dead.
Objection, Your Honor. This witness is not in this courtroom to heckle my client.
Sustained, Mr. Zakara. Address your testimony to the court, not to the defendant.
Did Mr. Corinthos ever hit your sister?
I saw bruises on her all the time.
That's a lie. That is a lie right there.
Sonny beat her down every day that they were married. Sonny likes to go on and on about how he respects women and honors mothers and children. But what about my sister? She loved Sonny. And what did he do? How did he repay her? By breaking her down and slapping her around whenever he felt like it.
Little weasel.
Oh, really? Come on, you want a piece of me, huh? See, you're afraid to come after me. Only a coward treats a woman the way you treated my sister and does to her.
Listen to me.
Coward, and you know it.
I never beat Claudia. I've never hit a woman in my life. Your sister was a conniving little witch who got exactly what she deserved.
You know what? You treated her like dirt from the very beginning, and you know it.
She shot my son. She shot my son in the head.
You had something good.
She was a lying trap.
It was the very beginning.
My brother. She knew it was a fraud. She wasn't even a man. She was working for you. And you paid her. You didn't tell me that she shot. She shot. She was an evil woman who had to be stopped.
And the two of you as well. All right, enough. There's a court of law, and I'm a judge. I'll be respected here. The law will be respected here. Now, all of you, sit down and shut up.
That's why she drops the charges.
Yeah, you love that, don't you?
Come on, you promised Kristina you would let this go.
How can Christina let this go? It's a small town. She's bound to run into him.
Kristina has no reason to be afraid of you.
Christina will feel sick every time she looks at your face. That's what happens with abuse victims. So don't tell me she doesn't have anything to fear.
I don't need to listen to
Yeah,
this.
go. And do me a favor. If you see her, you look the other way. Okay, well, I didn't get your answer. You think Christina's lying, don't you?
Courtroom was a mockery of jurisprudence and open an egregious assault on the rule of law. And I hold all the participants equally responsible. Miss Walsh, Miss Miller, you're as much to blame as your respective charges. Miss Miller, if your client cannot comply with the rules of order, if he cannot keep silent and in his chair, then I will have him taken into custody and restrained. The law makes provisions for violent and unstable defendants. The presumption innocent until proven guilty does not entitle Mr. Corinthos to defy the court or openly threaten a witness. Mr. Corinthos, you are one breath away from having your bail revoked. You can spend the rest of this trial in an orange jumpsuit and shackles, no skin off my back. Miss Walsh, when you put a witness on that stand, I expect said witness to behave, to give evidence in a calm and rational manner, to address his reply solely to you. He is not here to preach to me or to the jury, and he is most definitely not here to goad the defendant, Mr. Zakara. You're here for one reason only: to tell the facts as you remember them, to answer the questions you were asked as clearly and as simply as possible without editorializing. Mr. Zakara, if you cannot show the proper respect to me or to the office that I... You all right, young lady? What's your name?
Kristina Corinthos Davis.
You're the defendant's daughter.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have come.
Call the young lady a cab.
No, it's okay, I'm just gonna go.
Mr. Corinthos, you have been warned repeatedly to stay in your seat.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. It's my daughter.
And there's a court of law, and you will act accordingly. One more step out of line, I will find you in contempt.